All right, part five, we're breaking down exactly what is the blueprint and strategy for doing 40K a month, or in this instance, as an agency owner, pushing to $1 million a month or a million plus, and exactly how you can set those infrastructures and processes up. My name is Trey. I'm the owner of Agent Lead Lab. In the past 3.5 years, we've helped 550 agents issue pay $40,000 per month. And the purpose of this channel is for me to walk you through the blueprint, the behaviors, the tendencies, and the thought process of those individuals, what they're doing, how they accomplish it, and essentially how they continue to grow and have success after success after success. Please make sure that you like, comment, subscribe. We're going to hop right into the video. This is part five, so we're going to be wrapping up. You all, this is probably going to be the most straightforward out of all of them, and I just want to kind of explain why. So most people just mess this up, genuinely, and it's not hard. You can create an agency infrastructure after drip-ins in a few ways. I'll give an example. I had a client back in September, one of our partner clients. He was struggling with the leads. Not like his agency was crushing it, but he individually was just struggling. He's like, yo, I can't get these people to pick up. We'll do it. I know for a fact he probably wasn't working the leads well. He didn't really know what he was doing. Doesn't matter. He had an agent that came in August with them, was also running fresh leads. He struggled. I told him, I said, dude, we need to do 14-day stoppers, which is basically the pass off that I explained. Give those leads to his agents. So we set the whole process up. He decided to do 30-day, which was still cool. 14 to 30. So he took all of his leads that were generated within 14 to 30 days, gave them to his other agent. Remember, mindful, he could not get these people to pick up, whatever. This dude made $40,000 off of those leads. People are like, wait, what? Now, here's the thing. He didn't pay anything for him. He had already paid for him because he's a partner and he already put ad spend in. If he would have came to us or another company, he would have had to pay hundreds of dollars to get those same leads. And he may not have guaranteed that they were his leads. And a lot of these were branded. The reason I'm bringing this up is because building an agency infrastructure is the smartest thing you could do. Most people try to buy their way into age lead like success. And that is the wrong way to think about it. Yes, it's an immediate, it's like a high. Like, oh yeah, I can get these leads and make a killing. Perfect. But you do not have a system. You cannot scale age leads. That's not a system. Like, yes, you can. Let me not say that. But it's very difficult too, because you have to work with somebody who just buys raw data. Like, to find really good age leads, like the ones where you're spending, like ours are fire because they're actually from real leads, but they're not, it's not infinite. I don't have a quadrillion amount of age leads. Nobody does. Like, absolutely nobody does. So it's like you're trying to milk out something that's not meant to be milked. You got to create a system on the front end where it may cost you a little bit more, but you don't have to worry about duplicates and whole 9 yards. You can just scale. That's the key. It's like scale, 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 scale. And building an agency infrastructure is that, right? So all you're doing is taking your older leads and representing them to new agents. And that's it. It's not a long video because that's all you got to do. It's the simplest thing, but most people just won't do it. They're like, I want to go buy agencies. I'm like, dude, do you know how many fresh leads you have that you have not closed? Why don't you take those, white it out, and just give them to your agents? They're like, oh, that's all they're doing. I love age leads. Don't get it twisted. But we're not doing anything special. You take the leads that aren't closed. The problem is most people won't actually do the work. They won't go through. They won't color code. They won't organize their leads. And because of that, they're like, I'll just buy these leads. And it's a little it's an instant gratification rather than you actually having to do the work. Truthfully, if you do the work, you're good. Because now you take all the leads that have been closed, ones that whatever, you take them out, you give these agency sheets, and then you work. And it gets even more saucy when you have the drip-in leads, because what's happening is if you're doing everything I just said and the analogy I just gave up here. So, sorry, for those of you, I apologize. I'll hop right into it. Let me go back. I'm doing a lot of videos. Sorry, for those of you just hopping in, you're like, yo, Trey, where did you get this from? I do apologize. I'm not going to restart the video, but let's roll for it. Video series on how to work high-intent leads, right? And having patience with drip leads to get to 40K or push to $1 million a month. Number one is the mindset. How do you view money? Do you have a scarcity mindset? If you do, nothing's going to work. Number two, reality check. How much money do you really have? People are like, I make this. It's like, okay, cool. It costs this much in ad spend. They're like, whoa, 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 I don't have that. You have the wrong mindset. Number two is lead type. Okay, so there's demographic behaviors. I have a whole video, 50 minutes, breaking this down in very, very, very depth of exactly what to expect, how much they make, what they're looking for, etc. But how much you spend in drip leads or self-gen or running ads is based off of the lead type itself. And your expectations should be tied to what you spend and who they are. You cannot expect somebody who has $100,000 liquid and is extremely busy, but also is very diligent in their time to be filling out an ad every day, all day, and you get 30 leads for $10. Like, you're just absolutely, you have the wrong expectation. Next thing is hand dialing. Fresh leads need to be hand dialed. Yes, you can put them into a system to like have it do, text messages and stuff and like call from maybe, but they should be hand dialed because a lot of these people, you're going to need to FaceTime audio. You're going to have to find effective ways. People don't just pick up the phone. They need to call the leads more efficiently. You do not need to call them once and say, oh, this lead didn't work. You need to call them time after time after time and work the leads. People are like, I don't want to do that. Well, then you don't really want it, because nowadays you cannot call somebody once. They don't care. They're not picking up. A lot of these people have do not disturb on and 15 trillion other different things. It's like, bro, you better figure out a way to work around it. Don't make excuses. If you're an individual agent, though, you can watch the first 3 videos. If you're an agency owner, you're at part 5 with me. We just talked about pass offs. That essentially means this: I spend $100 a day. That's $3,000 a month. I get 300 leads a month. This is just an example. It's $10 a lead. That's 10 leads per day. So if I'm averaging 10 leads per day, there is no way that you could possibly work 10 leads a day. It's not going to happen. Not effectively. Not 10 fresh leads between closing, booking appointments, and the leads from before. It will not happen. You would have to literally buy 10 leads and only be able to work those 10 leads for the whole day. And that is not how things work, because somebody might not pick up and might tell you to hit you tomorrow. And then that one person takes you to 11, and then you compound 12, 15, and eventually you can't work them all. So the question is, if you cannot work all 10 leads, when a new lead comes in that you cannot get in contact with within the first 5 minutes and work properly, what do? You should pass them to another agent, because people think so scarcely. They're like, these are mine. I got to have them. It's the wrong way to think about it. Now, the age lead infrastructure, when you take your old leads and represent them to new agents, that's number 1. Number 2, and more effectively, is that you create a system that takes the leads that are not being sold and sends them to newer agents. At the end of the month, you should not have a Google sheet with 30 closes, in an analogy, 300 leads, 30 closes. Then you should have 15 that should probably be with your agent. So half of those should be with your agent. And then let's just say out of that total, you close those people, you work those 15. Let's say 30 plus 15 is 45. So let's say there's another 60 to 70 people that just like absolutely said no, say kick rocks, whatever. So now you're sitting at 100 of 300 leads. Then you've got another 30 disconnected numbers, if these aren't OTP, which they probably wouldn't be for $10. So that's 130, and you got about 270 leads that just haven't picked up. Just genuinely, have not picked up. Like, you're trying your hardest, they're not picking up, or whatever. And it might be higher than that. You might have more people that tell you this, no, but I'm just gonna use that. Let's just say 150. I'm sorry. Let's say there's 150 people that haven't picked up, and there's 150 people that have been worked properly. That means you take that 150 leads and you give that to an agent, a newer agent. You say, here's your first batch of 100 leads. Now, if you're an agency, that's why this is for agencies, and you have 3 or 4 people doing that, and you guys are all doing that. If you have 5 agents, all spend $100 a day, that's 15 grand, 3 grand per person. They have essentially 150 leads left over. That's 5 times 150, which my math isn't great, so let me just do that. 5 times 150 equals 750 leads. So you have 750 leads for the first month. You take those leads, and if those 5 people all have one downline, then you just take 750 divided by 5, which is 150, right? So you go right back to where you were. So each person gets about 150 leads. Now, granted, not all 5 will be ready for that. So let's just say that you take some of those and you only have 2 people, right? And then you divide that. And then next month you have another 150. And then you compound. And then you give that to the next person. And then you compound. And then they take the ones that didn't work. And then eventually you're squeezing absolutely everything to the point where you should probably have like 20 leads that just cannot pick up. So you take that 150 to 130 that were worked, you squeeze maybe 10% out of that, so you close 15 deals. Best case scenario. Let's just say you close 5. Don't matter. You made $5K off a nothing investment. Guess what you now do? You take your $5K and put it into the system. So you can get yours, so you get your 3. It's like, that is how you scale. That's how you create an agency infrastructure and how you scale in the back end. That whole process, I'm not going to kind of go through the whole thing because I'm kind of at my time, but you all get the point, right? Like, essentially what you do is you pay for leads. You get 50% to work, or are worked. I'm sorry. Apologize. Are worked properly. Then you take the other 50% and you give them away. Why? Because you have the first thing I said, you do not have a scarcity mindset, right? And then your new agents take 50% of the fresh semi-age pack, which is what you're calling these, right? And then they close, let's just say 10%. Sorry. They close, let's just say they close out of 150 leads, would be 5%. I don't know, with 5% of 150. So 150 times 0.50. So they close seven deals. Let's just say they close 7 deals, okay? And their total annual premium is about 10K. Okay, so they make, well, matter of fact, let's just say they're not even that good. 7K. So now what they do is they take that 7K and invest 3K in. Or worst case scenario, 1.5K in. Guess what they're gonna get? They're now gonna get $1,500 worth of leads, which is $10 a day. So they're getting 150 fresh leads. Now their conversion rate should be higher, so they should close 15 deals. So now they have 15K. Now they take 3K and put that in. And then now they're going to get 300 leads. And guess what? In the process, now they're going to pass that off. And this is how you grow. It's just numbers. People just mess it up. They don't think through things properly. I don't get it. It's like you think that you're going to scale by buying aged leads. There's no compounding effect with aged leads. I have a whole video talking about the compounding effect. There is no compounding effect with aged leads. There's only compounding effect with fresh leads. If you do not work fresh leads, you cannot have a compounding effect. You are just buying age data. You can't compound that. You would literally get to 150 and be done. There's nothing else you could do. Now, your agents don't have to spend anything on the front end. You teach them how to invest and you teach them how to grow their business the right way and be profitable the right way. So now they only have to spend 100, 150 a day, which is 3 to 5K on advertising, and they get them reward the leads. Because all people are doing when they're spending more is they're spending a lot of money, then they're not working the leads properly. I've been there. I used to do that. I used to spend $2,500 a week. That is stupid. Like now that I know that, that is dumb. I didn't have no VAs, I didn't have no backend, I had no systems, and I sure as heck didn't have a team. Now, if you're an individual agent, could you kind of do this same process? Yes, but it'd be like you're still trading time. Like you're never going to get out of that process. When you build a team, though, this can compound. So you can easily go from 500 to 1 million within a few months with essentially not really having to add a whole lot of new writers, because all you're doing is teaching the people that you have how to make more money and how to grow their agency bigger and how to get people to win. Now new agents don't even got to pay for leads. You got your own age leads. Like if you got an agency doing $1 million a month, bro, you should have so many leads. You should never have to buy age leads. Like I would. I'm like, bro, all these leads we have, what are we doing? Just take the leads that you haven't closed, put them in a sheet and give them to them. It's like all they're doing is buying the age leads anyways. It doesn't make a difference. And you are not going to, if you're working fresh leads, bro, you will not be able to work the leads. It doesn't matter. You're not going to be able to work those leads anyways. So what difference does it make? I talked about that in the last video. If you don't give them away, you may not ever contact somebody. That's why I can sell a lead to another agent who calls them all different times a day and finally gets them to pick up, but you try to call them once or twice and they didn't convert and then you never reach back out to them. It's like, yeah, you're cooked. So as always, please make sure that you like, comment, subscribe. I'm juiced. I want to go ahead and finish out with this. If you are an agency owner and you are doing 250, 300, 350, 500 plus K per month as an agency, and you're looking to partner, you're looking to scale, we have a few different ways you can do it. We charge a retainer. That retainer typically starts right around 5K. It can go up to 10K depending on who you are. Then from there, if you don't want to do that, we also have packages where you can come in, we can partner, and we essentially kind of like help you grow and scale in a unique way. And we'll provide you with like systems, backend operations, the whole nine yards. I'm super transparent. I don't want to waste your time. Do not book a call if that's not something you're interested in. We have consistently been able to hit the mark. We've been in business for 4 years. We know exactly what we're doing. We know how to grow. If you are willing to put the work in. If you're not willing to put the work in, truthfully, don't even apply. If you don't have 5K to at least invest in yourself, bro, it's not for you. Because that think about it. That's just to work with us. You still got to spend money on ads, software, backend. Like I want to work with serious people that got cheese. You got money and you actually want to build something cool. If not, guess what? I still got something for you. I got leads. You can go to leadlabcrm.com. That is our lead business. If you want to run ads and work with us from the agency business, that's that. They work hand in hand because people go from wanting leads to building an agency. And some people come in and think they want an agency and we put them on the leads. And we figure out like, dude, if you're not a good fit, we will not work with you. I will not work with you. I won't waste my time. I won't waste my team's time. Transparent moment. This past year, 2025, I took on way too many clients that were not a good fit. I did. I was trying to grow. I was trying to scale. Now that I'm all in on this, no football anymore, I am being so strict and picky about the people I want to work with. Bro, if you are not a good fit, I'm not working with you. Genuinely. It's not even about the bread. Because it's like, I don't have the time and bandwidth to be meeting with you, helping you grow and scale, getting into your business for you to not do the work or for you to complain about something that I've explained or for me to book a call and you not to show up. The level of disrespect for me to book a call to meet with my team and you do not show up, it's like, I don't want to work with you. That's why I don't even get mad. People be like, yeah, I'm leaving. Cool. like totally respectable. You didn't even show up to the call, but you complained. You didn't do the things I told you, but you complained. You waited 3 months to do this. You waited 2 months to do this. Then when you did it, it's like, I don't have time for that. I have time for serious people who want to grow. If you're somebody that's serious and you want to lock in, you want to grow, I'm telling you what it is. I'm not going to waste your time. Like, don't expect to get on the call and be anything different, right? You're going to have to fill out an application. If you fill out the application like dog dirt, I'm not even going to, like, I'm literally going to delete the call. Or I'm just going to call you personally and be like, hey, bro, it looks like you just want leads. So, like, let's just talk about it. If you want the leads, let's buy them. If not, cool. But I'm not getting on an hour-long Zoom call to walk you through how we can help grow your business. If you're not serious about it, don't fill it out. Don't waste your time. If you just want leads, I've got everything you need. $1 leads, $55 leads, $20 leads, 18, 12. It don't matter. We can work something out. My goal is really to help you grow, for you to keep watching content like this and continue to level up. If you are willing to do any of those two things, we would love to work with you. If not, keep consuming my free stuff. I do appreciate you. I am back on track. I'm locked in. I'm juiced up. I'm ready for 2026. I'm taking everything really personal. And when I say personal, not like, oh, woe is me, I'm going to cry. But like, I'm just taking everything with a grain of salt. You know what I mean? Like, for a while, a lot of people have been able to kind of like, get a little leg up, if you want to call it, on me, because I've been so involved with football. And this has not been my main priority. But now that this is my main priority, I promise you, like, if you're watching me now, I just promise you honestly, the next year, it's going to get wicked. But I give it like 2 or 3 years, this thing is going to we're going to take over. Like, we will be the best life insurance, lead vending, lead marketing, whatever you want to call this, company in the country. I promise you. Because there's nobody's going to work like I am. Like, there's not. And I'm not backed by some IMO or whatever. Like, I'm really getting it off the muscle, and we're really making sure that we help people have success. And I'm going to keep posting success. Like, we're going to keep finding success. I'm going to keep getting dogs. I'm going to keep bringing them on. We're going to have more content. We have 189 videos. We'll have like another 210 by the beginning of the year. I have an amazing person I'm bringing on. I'm super excited. She's a killer. I have girls that are just crushing too. Yeah, and I would love to just kind of go through and show you guys that. Like, I'm not a big talking person. If you go to my agentlead.com, go to trainings, you see all the videos, you see all the interviews, go to the testimonials, you see all the screenshots. They're not capped screenshots. Nobody has that. Nobody is even coming close to us with ammo. They don't come anywhere near us, right? And that's not to brag or to boast. It's just like, bro, you're just not like that. You're not willing to put the work in, not willing to put the hours in. And if you partner with us, we're going to do that. But I need people that are on the same wavelength. If that's not you, if you're intimidated by it, or you think, whoa, that's too much, or it's too much money, or whatever, like, cool, just not a good fit, man. But if you are looking for something, we would love to work with you. As always, my name is Trey. I'm the owner of Agent Lead Lab, and I hope this video helped. Please make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. Let's get this day started. Peace.